I'm Lindsay, and today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. So for the last 6-7 weeks, I think, we've been in lockdown in the UK. I'm not sure about where you are in the world, but through this time I've had two amazing and constant companions who have really kept me sane. So today I want to make some treats for them. So for my beautiful Cavapoo dogs, Maisie and Dawson, I'm going to make some peanut butter dog biscuits. There is a certain irony because while I'm baking these, you can't see, but off camera, Maisie, my 7-year-old Cavapoo, is sulking in the other room because she really wants to have some cuddles. She's had lots of cuddles today, so I don't feel too bad, but she's definitely sulking. So when I started making these dog treats, I tried lots of different varieties, and then I've kind of adjusted recipes until I've got the one that I'm happy with. There's lots that call for adding banana, and I think that's probably a really great idea, very nutritious for dogs. Unfortunately, I don't like bananas, so I don't generally buy them. But the recipe we're going to make today is just a very few simple ingredients. So we're going to start with some wholemeal flour. You can use plain as well if you'd like. A very low salt organic stock cube. So the organic part is not so important, but the low salt part's pretty important for dogs, as I'm sure most of you already know. We're going to use some peanut butter. You can use crunchy. I've used crunchy in the past. I have a jar of smooth that is really smooth and quite runny, so I'm going to use that and see how that goes. I might need to adjust the quantity of flour with that one. And then finally I'm going to use an egg, and that's pretty much it. The method for this recipe is incredibly easy. We're basically going to mix everything in a bowl, roll them out, cookie cutter them, and chuck them in the oven. Okay, so while the stock cube is dissolving, we're going to add around 300 grams of wholemeal flour and 200 grams of peanut butter together in a bowl and give it a really good mix. So I was having quite a good clean yesterday, and I used a really great antibacterial cleaner in my kitchen, and I've managed to clean the temperature gauge numbers from my oven. So fortunately, I have a good idea because I bake and cook quite a lot, so I have a good idea where the temperature is, but I might have to monitor that a little bit more closely than I usually would. So next in goes the peanut butter into the wholemeal flour. I actually never tried peanut butter until I made these dog treats for the first time. And I'm not going to reveal my age, but it was quite a revelation to discover how much I liked it. So thanks puppies for letting me know what a treat peanut butter is. You can use a mixer, and I was tempted to use mine this evening, but in lockdown I feel like any opportunity I can get to do a little bit of exercise, I should probably take it. So yeah, we're going to use the wooden spoon and just get mixing. So we have a pretty rough dough now, which is the wholemeal flour, the chicken stock and the peanut butter. The only thing left to add in is a beaten egg, which will bind everything together. using my mixer right now. Okay, so that's everything mixed together. The dough's a little tiny bit wetter than I would like, so I'm just going to add a small handful of flour. Again, I've got some wholemeal left, so I'll use that, but if you need to put a little bit of plain in, that's also fine. Okay, so our dough is pretty much there. I'm just going to use a little bit more flour to lift it out. And you can just give it a good knead if you want as well. Okay, time to get it rolled out. I just add a good handful of wholemeal flour on my surface, get it spread out. The dough's lovely and elastic, and to make it a little bit easier to work with, I'm just going to take half initially, and nice ball. You don't need to work it too much, it's pretty easy. And then again, a little bit of flour on your rolling pin, and we're looking for about somewhere between ½ centimetre and 1 centimetre's thickness, just for ease of cooking really, because I want to make quite a few of these. You can make them a little bit thicker, and I probably will do some a little bit later on the time. Looking pretty good to me. So yeah, so if I look at my thumbnail, we're looking at, it's a little bit thicker there, but we're looking around ½ centimetre thick. The pastry cutters I'm going to use are of course dog bone shaped. So I found these online and they come in a pack with different sizes. So when my small dog Dawson, when he was a puppy, he used to get these little tiny ones, but he's a big boy now. He's actually bigger than his 7-year-old mum, so yeah, we're going to stick to this size today. So if I was making scones or however you want to say it, or any kind of human recipe, I would always be careful not to disturb the cutter too much in the dough. Pretty much the same with these really. Straight down, don't wiggle them about too much, and then just push them out, and that should hopefully seal the edges quite nicely. You want to line a baking sheet with some greaseproof paper, and then just lay your biscuits out with a little bit of space around them. Okay, they're going to go in now for around 12 to 14 minutes until they're golden brown. So even using the biggest cookie cutter, you're still going to get around 50 cookies out of this, if not more. So you can, if you want, freeze some of the dough. It should be absolutely fine. Just make sure you defrost it really well before you start to roll it out and bake it. So that's it. They've had about 13 minutes in the oven. They're lovely and crunchy. And I'm just going to let them cool and then see if Maisie and Dawson like them. So that's it. The biscuits have cooled enough for Maisie to try a couple, and the verdict's in. Yeah, it's 2 paws up on that. If you've enjoyed this video and you're going to give it a go yourself, please do give it a like. And if you like what I've done so far, why not subscribe to my channel? And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Come on! So even with the big cookie cutter, I can't say cookie cutter. Even with the big cut. What is this? Even with the big cutty. I'm actually going insane. Even with the big cookie cutter, it's really hard to say. So even using the big cookie cutter,